Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we have the ERYNDOR skill trailer, which is something I've been looking forward to this character. I'm excited to look at the skills. Let's go ahead and break it down.
The curtain rises.
He always wears a smile, but ask him a question and he'll never give you a straight answer. If you want a clue from ERYNDOR, you'd better think carefully about what you're willing to trade for it. To ERYNDOR, secrets aren't idle gossip.
Okay, so he is a mage with a range of 8, pretty nice range, specialization in AFK stages and Supreme Arena, which I did think he was going to be more of a PvP AFK stage like Siren. That is what I was thinking. Now, he doesn't have the greatest synergy. Honestly speaking, Bonnie Citrana are not in the meta for PvP anymore. Is he going to do something to bring them on the map? Or is he going to be more of an AFK stage hero?
Their power that can shape the world. Even on the battlefield, ERYNDOR has a way of keeping everyone playing by his rules. His ultimate, Forced Game, drags every enemy hero into a game of his making. Each enemy hero independently rolls a die to determine their outcome. Whenever an enemy hero suffers a stat reduction from an ally, that enemy hero gains a permanent stack of woe. Woe has a stack limit, and each ally can only apply a set number of stacks to the same target. Every stack of woe lowers the enemy's roll. If the roll falls at or below a certain threshold, the enemy hero loses the game. When an enemy hero loses, they surrender a portion of their base attack and max health to ERYNDOR and take damage multiple times. The stats ERYNDOR gains this way cannot exceed a certain percentage of his own attack and max health. If ERYNDOR is defeated, a portion of the stats he gained from this effect is returned.
Yeah, I'm not liking this ability. Let me explain to you why. Number one, in order to roll the dice, he has to cast his ultimate, so it's an active, basically, it's not passive. The only passive element of it is that they're gonna get a woe stack whenever you inflict a stat reduction debuff onto enemies, like, Citrana has vitality debuff, I believe that would qualify. Bonnie has attack debuff or a haste debuff as well, and those would probably also qualify. That's why there's the synergy there. But when you have a stack of woe, it only causes that when ERYNDOR casts his ultimate, they're gonna get a lower dice roll. If the dice roll, it looks like if the dice roll is 1, 2, or 3, like basically 3 or below, then you do get that stat absorption, which is happening, like what happened on Lucius. But if it's 4, 5, or 6, like 4 above, you don't get that stat absorption. That's basically what I saw. If you take a look here, you can see the dice rolls, maybe in action, if we can go back a bit. Yeah, like 2 or 3, but the 6 obviously is too high, but 2 and 3 did trigger the actual stat seizure and then some damage as well. If we take a look at the rest of the skill here, if the enemy roll falls, yeah, this is what we talked about, then they will take damage and they will surrender a portion of base attack and maximum health, and you can see that on ERYNDOR reflected here. A little bit of bonus health over here, max health, light green, and then attack buff as well from that absorption. And attack and max HP ERYNDOR gains this way cannot exceed a certain percentage. If he is defeated, then the stat gain is... Yeah, I mean, this is not... Honestly, guys, this is not good. He's only going to be able to trigger his actual debuff and stat stealing effect after casting ultimate. That's an active cast, ultimate based. Other than that, you just give them a woe stack, and then, even if you woe stack them, you're not guaranteed to actually get that stat absorption even on your first ultimate, like what happened with the Muriel here. If you get unlucky and roll 4, 5, or 6, the enemy is completely safe until your next ultimate. I don't like that. I really don't, and I think for PvP, that's way too slow. Way too ultimate dependent, and even when everything lines up, I mean, you get a bit of a stat absorption, which is like not going to really change much. So yeah, so far I am quite disappointed, honestly, in his skill. But let's see what else we have here.
When casting Unfurling Blades, ERYNDOR unleashes his fan blades at every enemy hero in order from lowest to highest health percentage, dealing damage multiple times. Each stack of woe on a target further increases the damage they take from this skill.
So it's just going to be damage, and the woe stack is just going to increase your damage. No utility, no crowd control. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, let's continue. So we need something to save him now. We need some game-changing skill to save him.
When casting Veiled Return, ERYNDOR throws his spinning fan into the area with the most enemies. The fan deals damage multiple times to enemies within range over a set duration. When the fan returns, ERYNDOR gains a shield for a set duration based on his attack and the actual damage dealt by the skill.
Yeah, guys, this is also not looking good. Just some more damage, some minor shielding. None of this is actually impactful enough to want me to use him on a team. Even in AFK stages, I'm like, I mean, you'll get a bit of stat absorption. But that doesn't really, I don't, honestly, as of right now, I'm not wanting to use him anywhere. And all we have left is his exclusive skill. Now, we've seen heroes have crazy exclusive skills, which can totally change a hero from, like, non-meta to meta. So let's see and hope that he has something.
After unlocking his exclusive skill, All Is Lost, ERYNDOR deals extra damage to enemy heroes whenever they lose his game. Each subsequent loss increases the number of hits they take up to a set limit.
So this is also problematic. It's going to increase his damage output again for them losing the game, but and to ramp up the damage output of this, you need to make them lose multiple times, like keep playing games with them. However, that is going to obviously be a long battle. In PvP, that is not happening. Realistically speaking, PvP, you don't have the luxury of time there. In AFK stages, I guess I can see something, but like, again, I don't know why I would want to use him rather than any other form of damage. He has a bit of stat stealing. Valara probably has more overall stat stealing. If we're being honest, when it comes to damage dealers, we have other way better form of damage dealers than him, unless somehow this is dealing, and this is just dealing regular damage. There's no white numbers here. There's no HP loss, there's no true damage, and like, so I just don't honestly see anything other than maybe for a new player, using him for any content you really want, but only because you're limited on options.
Upgrading the exclusive skill further increases the extra damage. Once an enemy hero has lost the game enough times, they are stripped of all stat buffs for the rest of the battle.
Stripped of all stat buffs for the rest of the battle, preventing any future buffs. Like as you see here, Smokey's aura is not providing any attack buff. I mean, that is somewhat interesting, but again, only an AFK stage angle. You're not going to have the luxury of time to actually pull all of this off on ERYNDOR, who so far in his kit doesn't even have any survivability. It's just AFK stages, but also even there, I think incredibly niche. I do not think meta for AFK stages. And really, these last two heroes we've had, Varation and ERYNDOR, both heroes who are kind of major parts of the story, both have been very lackluster, skippable heroes, which of course is good for free-to-play players. It's good for lower spenders, especially because we just had Agumon, who is very meta, Gabumon, not really meta, but some people just want to build him up for completeness, so being able to save now is probably a good thing for the majority of players. However, I did really like his design. I really felt that he could have been like a PvP tech utility hero like Siren, but he is nowhere on that level from what we're seeing so far. And honestly, I was obviously, I only pull a character if they're functional and they're strong. I wanted him to be good because I like his design, like I like Siren's design. However, in his current state, I will not be pulling him. Maybe, yeah. I mean, I unless something else happens, some other crazy Supreme Plus skill, which is very unlikely. We've seen basically almost all of his kit right now, and it's not looking useful, really, for much of anything.
ERYNDOR relies on allies to inflict stat reduction, stacking woe on enemy heroes before dragging them into a game rigged against them. The more woe stacks an enemy has, the worse their odds become in ERYNDOR's game, and the harder his multi-hit attacks punish them. With ERYNDOR's exclusive skill unlocked, every loss an enemy suffers increases the damage they take from ERYNDOR. After losing enough times, the enemy is stripped of all stat buffs for the rest of the battle.
So yeah, I mean, you guys saw pretty decent damage there, but I don't know if this is really an accurate representation of how he's gonna work in real live, like AFK stages or PvP. I don't know the stat scaling in this testing realm that's happening right here. But yeah, I want to just see, does he have any initial energy? Because that's the only other thing that we didn't really pay it. No, he doesn't have initial energy. Oh wait, he's just casting ultimate right now. If we go back here. He does seem to have a bit of initial energy. It seems like he's beginning the battle at around 400 energy, or I don't know if this battle has already started for a bit. Maybe a bit of initial energy, I guess, is decent. But yeah, I think for PvP, just way too idealistic. I don't think it's really going to be possible. And AFK stages, I don't think his damage is going to be there compared to other meta damages we have for that.
He collects secrets, remembers every word spoken, and influences the course of history from the shadows. Some have wondered if ERYNDOR is even his true name, but to him, that hardly matters. Names serve only the living.
So I would have preferred ERYNDOR to have more utility for PvP and instant value. As of right now, he only has prolonged value after he can cast an ultimate, after he calls and wins the game against them, even after casting the ultimate. Then he's going to get some stat absorption, but it looked to be quite minor, honestly, from what we've seen from this trailer. Not gonna, even if all of that goes well, not really gonna be a game-changing amount. And apart from that, no real passive, which is going to be providing utility for your team, even if he dies early. So for PvP, I just cannot see him or really recommend him. When you talk about Bonnie damage over time team, heroes like Damon, heroes like Siren, heroes like Igor, they're bringing way more to the table than ERYNDOR is. ERYNDOR is kind of like a win more button if he's able to, like, you know, get some stat absorption. But, like, he's not I don't know. I mean, he will help spread the debuffs of Bonnie and Citrana. So I don't think he's necessarily the worst thing in the world. But I just don't see how he's not really taking that comp to another level. He's basically just being another potential slot in, but not really lifting it up to a higher tier of competitiveness. It just is really a budget comp, and it still will be a budget comp after him being included in it. So yeah, guys, those are my thoughts about ERYNDOR. I think that for a lot of players, he'll be an easy skip. For my free-to-play account, definitely full skipping him. And now all we have to wait for is Karma, who is the undead or Graveborn twins, who is a Graveborn tank. That is the only other interesting hero left for this season. Let me know your thoughts about ERYNDOR in the comment section down below. Yeah, I am disappointed because I did like his design. I wanted him to be good. Or at least interesting, usable, and as of right now, I don't think he's really on the usable tier. So, yeah, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you're thinking in the comment section. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. My affiliate link is in the description of this video and a pinned comment, and you can actually bookmark this link in your browser, and whenever you're planning to make a purchase, just return to the bookmark link and make your purchase. It will support me and be greatly appreciated. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.